Hello, this is Niev with the Rainbow Cauldron, and I'm here to do a follow-up business reading for N. Um, and she wants to know the energy surrounding her 8 employees. And for this reading, I have a green candle that's going, and it has a green candle is for prosperity and business, and I also inscribed your name on it along with many fertility symbols, and I also have pieces of herbs from my garden all around it, along with some rosemary oil. I also have a patchouli incense going. I don't know if you can see that. There we go. Um, and patchouli is for prosperity. And right here I have the Hindu goddess Lakshmi, just to bring uh, some of that prosperity energy to you. All right, and before I get into the reading, I want to make clear that this should not be a determining factor in your status, in the status of your employees. You asked specifically about trust and loyalty with your 8 employees, and while I'm happy to do a general assessment of the energy surrounding each of your employees, please know that this is just providing is not a determining factor on their trustworthiness or loyalty. I do not want my reading to be responsible for someone losing their job, especially since the energies surrounding them may not even correlate with work. For example, if a card or group of cards for a specific employee is showing distrust and betrayal, they might be going through a romantic breakup, or they may have other issues in their life that is not work related. So don't take what these cards say as an indication of whether you can trust them as an employee, but rather take this reading as insight into the energy surrounding them. And I just wanted to make that clear before we started. Now, I don't usually videotape myself shuffling, but I am going to do that today. And here we go. Because usually I do these readings, I usually do them first and then I put the video on. But sometimes I feel like just going straight, videotaping the actual reading is sometimes helpful. And when I'm shuffling for my tarot readings, I'm really trying to connect with your energy, and this reading is going to follow the list of pictures that you gave me of each of your employees, and they're going to go from left to right, top to bottom. Okay, and I'm going to label them A, B, C, etc. All right, so I don't normally pick straight from the top. I actually shuffle for a while until I feel like the cards are right, and then I kind of just go through each of the cards until something feels right, and then I pull it out. Okay, so all right, person A. And what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be pulling 3 cards for each of your employees. And also, this was the card from your previous reading, Your Desire, which is a cohesive working environment. And that showed up in your last reading, and it was just perfect for what you're concerned about. So I wanted to leave that out and use that energy in these. And this is actually from a different deck than what I'm using now. This was from the Book of Shadows So Below deck, which is the deck that I used for your reading yesterday. And this is the Anna Kay Tarot, and I really just felt that this was the right deck to use. Okay, so person A. And the main card I'm putting in the middle, and then I'm going to put 2 cards beside it. So the main card for each person is the general energy surrounding them right now, and then 2 cards next to them are going to show some detailed energy. Okay, so that's person A. Person B. And right now I'm staring at their pictures and I'm connecting with their third eye. Okay. Person C. Okay, and since I'm running out of room, I'm going to bring the cards over here. And let's see, 1, 2, 3, A, B, C, D. I'll do 4 at a time. So this is person D. Okay, so we're going to do the first 4 people. And I'm going to bring these down. And I'll go through these one by one. Okay, so person A, the main energy surrounding her right now is the Lovers. And this is a pretty good card for, especially for a business reading. Sure, it could be talking about a love situation going on for her, but since this is pretty business related, I'm going to view the Lovers as indicating support and a unity. Lovers also represents a positive business relationship. So I think this is a great card for this position, and I think there's a lot of positive energy around her. And then we have the two further information cards, and we have the Hanged Man and we have the Hermit. And what this is telling me for person A is that, you know, she kind of likes to work alone a little bit. She's the kind of person who likes to figure things out on her own. And the Hanged Man has several different meanings. Sometimes it indicates enlightenment and being sort of in an enlightened situation, but with this deck, some decks kind of have this person being very happy, and some decks have them not being happy, and this one is a deck that the Hangman is not happy. So what I kind of get from her is that this is not a job she's going to be at for forever. It's going to be, this is kind of a temporary job for her. And while she's certainly loyal, and that's what we get with the Lovers, and she's maybe not quite a team person, likes to do things on her own a little bit, eventually she's going to be leaving the job and moving on to something that fulfills her more. Okay, so, and I think that's pretty typical of a lot of people. A lot of people will be in jobs for a temporary amount of time until they become more stable and are able to move on to a job that is more fulfilling for them. Okay, so that's person A, and I'm going to actually move these out of the way and put those over here. Person A. Person B is, the main card is Ace of Swords. The camera has kind of defocused a little bit. Okay, so swords have a lot to do with communication, thinking, intelligence, and I feel like this person brings some creativity and new thought to your work environment. And this is a very similar card to the previous reading, to the previous person. Very similar to the Hanged Man. And this card is indicating sort of being stuck in a situation. And just like with the previous reading with the Hanged Man, I feel like she's going to eventually move on to something that's a little bit more fulfilling for her. But right now, she brings some creativity to your work environment, and she's communicative and is able to speak her thoughts, and she has open communication, and I think that's a very positive trait. And with the World is a very balanced card. She has a lot going on in her life, but it's balanced. We got the full moon and the new moon, and waxing and waning moons here. It's a very balanced card, but also a lot going on. So maybe she has a lot on her mind, and that's the energy we're getting from her. And we'll put that right here, and we'll move these over. Okay, and I'm gonna put those like this so I can see that. All right, so person C. Person C. All right, so Eight of Pentacles. This is a perfect card for a business reading, and honestly, it's one of my favorite cards in most decks. And it really shows someone hard at work. So I think this clearly shows that person C is a hard worker. And I don't think it could get much clearer than that with this. I do feel like this is what this is also saying, is that she sometimes needs supervision, and that's what we're seeing here with the man watching the young boy doing the hard work, and she's still also learning, and that's what we get from this, is that she's kind of still in that apprentice stage. And whereas the first person, we had the Hermit, which means she's very good at doing things on her own. I think person C maybe likes to have someone there to help out, to have someone supervising, or maybe she's a supervisor. But no, I think, and I also kind of get a youthful feeling from her with the boy here, and then we have the girl here in the Ace of Rods, and this is kind of a youthful card. And then here in the Eight of Cups, we have someone who is kind of heartbroken and moving on from a bad situation. So I don't know if this is an upcoming energy for her or if this is maybe something she's going through right now. It could be a breakup. It could be some sort of situation, emotional situation that she's moving on from, because Cups is in an emotional suit. So there's some sort of emotional situation that she's trying to move on from. I get a very youthful sense from her, a hard worker, but may need supervision, and that's what we get from here. Okay, person D. This is a situation where we are getting, I'm not getting much work energy from here. I'm kind of getting a personal life situation going on. We have the Queen and King of Rods and the Queen as the forefront. So I feel like there's someone going on, that he's focused on someone in his life. Probably, you know, I don't know orientations here, but I'm just going to make a guess. And probably his wife, girlfriend, something like that. And then we have the King here, which indicates a connection. I feel like this is a relationship issue going on because we have the King and Queens of Rods, so obviously very connected in a relationship situation. One thing that's kind of passing through my mind a little bit is that these could indicate a parent's relationship, possibly his parents. If it's not indicating him and his spouse, it's indicating his parents. And then there's some sort of emotional situation, emotional downfall going on with the Five of Cups. And that's a big, so we're seeing some emotional situations involving a couple, a married or somehow involved couple, whether that's him and his girlfriend or it's his parents. We're getting some sort of emotional situation going on here. So that's something that's going on with him. All right, and now I'm going to shuffle these a little bit more and do the next 4. Okay. Let me move these down a little bit so I can do these one at a time. Okay. So person E, E, F, G, H, that's right. Okay. Person E, the main cards, the main energy surrounding him is the Emperor, and this is a very fatherly card. So, and it's also a card that's positive for working environments. So I feel like he does bring some positive energy to the working environment. But I also feel like this is very connected with a fatherly energy. Probably his father. That's kind of the energy I'm getting. Is a very fatherly energy from here. Maybe there's something going on with his father, or he looks like a pretty young guy, so I don't imagine that he would be a father, but that's certainly possible. A lot of fatherly energies I'm getting from this, and also positive for work. Especially connected to the Ace of Pentacles, which is, Pentacles are really associated with work and family and money. So the Pentacles cards that show up are a pretty good sign. And I get some positive energies between these two cards as it pertains to work. And the number 8 with the 8 of Rods, 8s are a pretty good card with work and money, as they signify stability and a trustworthiness. And 8 of Rods indicates a news coming. So I feel like there's some sort of news coming for him, or he might Let me collect my thoughts here. Okay. One thing I'm kind of getting with him that might be a negative is I feel like he might be the kind of person who's on the phone a lot. He might be dealing with customer service, or he might be making a lot of personal calls during work. And I don't want that as to be any sort of indication on his working abilities, because these two cards are very positive when it comes to working. So I kind of feel like if he's not the kind of person who's on the phone a lot, making personal calls during work, he might be associated with customer service, and that's what we kind of get with the Eight of Rods, because this is a messenger kind of card, which means we could interpret this as news coming, but it also could indicate a position where he's giving news, or he's providing information for people. So it could be customer service, and that's the energy that I get from this. Okay, so that goes here. I'm going to put this over here. Okay, and person F. Okay, so person F. We have some really good energies with the Queen of Pentacles, and that's what we have here. And notice that she's pregnant too, and that signifies abundance. So I think person F really brings some abundant energy to work. And I think he's very efficient. Notice like the bounty around her. Like he brings a lot of, he probably brings customers, or he's very good with customers, or some sort of energy where he brings some, he brings money and prosperity to your business. So he's a very prosperous employee. But with these two cards, the two cards surrounding this, we have the Magician, and we have the Four of Swords. And the Magician in general is pretty positive. It shows that he's very good at his job. He's kind of a master of his skill. Oh, sorry, the candle popped a little bit. But what it also signifies is that he has a lot going on his plate. And the Four of Swords indicates that he's in need of a rest or a break, and a time of recuperation. So there's a lot going on in his life that he needs a break from, but he is a very prosperous person in regards to your business, and brings good business. So, and that's what we're getting from that. Okay, so person G looks like she's a motherly type, very stable, brings prosperousness, just like the previous person. We got the King of Pentacles with her, and that's a really good card, along with the Empress, which this is a very motherly card. It's also the same energies from that Queen of Pentacles from the previous person. She brings a lot of good energy, good working money energy to your business. And I kind of feel like she's almost a motherly type, and that's what we get with the Empress. The Empress is almost the same as the Queen of Pentacles, bringing abundance, fertile business. She may be a mother herself, and that's kind of what I get from that too, or a motherly type. And yeah, she brings a lot of good working energy. And with the Four of Rods, this is a really positive card. It's kind of a family card. Family, celebrations, stability. Fours are a great card, have a great number having to do with stability. So yeah, so all around, this person seems to be to bring a lot of positive working energy to your business, and is a motherly type, um, and very stable. Okay, so that's what we get from her. And finally, person H, the final person. Okay, this card shows a lot of really positive, this group of cards shows a lot of really positive energy. We have the star, shining star. So the shining star kind of energy. The Six of Rods shows victory, bringing positive energy, really positive energy, strength. I mean, that shows. I think, I think even a non-tarot reader could see that this is a very positive collection of cards. Shining star, strength, and the Six of Rods, which is victory, praise. So there we go. A lot of positive energy with that. And that's, I don't think there's much more I could say about this. It's just a lot of positive energy, victory, strength. There you go. Okay, so we've got 8 employees here, and overall, pretty positive. Person A is probably works okay in pairs, but would prefer to be alone, and this is a temporary job for her. Whether she realizes it or not, she does kind of feel a little bit stuck, and would eventually like to move on, which I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I think most people are like that. Person B, let me turn these around. Okay, person B, good communicator, good at balancing tasks and having a lot on her plate, but just like person A, she's she does feel a little bit stuck in this job and will probably eventually move on. Person C, very youthful energy, hard worker, possibly going through some emotional hard times. May need supervision, or likes to or likes to work in a group. I get more of the apprenticeship kind of feeling with her, and very youthful. We've got 2 cards with children in them, so I get a very youthful energy from her. Okay, person A, B, C, D. That was him. Okay, and here we have, with him, I didn't get much work energy, but I did get a sense that he is going through some emotional hard times involving a couple, whether that's him and his partner or his parents. I'm getting some sort of emotional hardship involving some sort of loving relationship. Okay. D, E. E, we have someone who may be dealing with some sort of father energy, whether he's a young father or he's dealing with some energies involving his father or a father type. And Ace of Pentacles is positive for business. He brings new money in, maybe new clients. And the Eight of Rods, either it's some coming news or he deals with customer service and providing information for customers, and that's what we get with that. A, B, C, D, E, F. Yes, that's right, him. Okay? And person F, we get someone who's very prosperous for your business, but also someone who has a lot going on his plate and may need a resting period. Person G, a motherly type, abundant, brings a lot of prosperous energy to your business. Very motherly type, may be considered kind of the mother of the business. She may be a mother. And we get some family energies and celebrations and positive work environment energies. And finally, person G, or no, H, I'm sorry. And this was the one who's shining star with strength and victory. So I, nothing but positive cards with her. Okay, so I hope this was helpful. We didn't get any overtly negative cards. The card I was kind of looking out for was going to be the Seven of Swords, because that one really has to do with distrust, disloyalty, those sorts of energies. And I didn't get that card at all, so that makes me happy, and I'm sure it makes you as the business owner happy. We got a lot of pentacles in this, and in these, and that's very, for a business reading, pentacles are what we kind of want to see. So yeah, and I think, I hope this was helpful. I hope it gave you some insight as to the energies surrounding your employees, and I wish you all the luck with your business. I hope you enjoyed the reading, and thanks for letting me read to you. And I'm going to let the candle and the incense burn out, because it's lending you positive, prosperous energy. And I wish you all the luck. Blessed be.